Nah. And matter of fact, no. I don't think that's the one. This is the one that we
Picture
looking
this.
for.
The sun has just cracked the horizon,
Shit.
and you're forced to run. It's not on a track,
Well, you wouldn't
but over
survive
20 miles of thorny, rugged terrain,
a day
and
in
you're doing it
Shaga
barefoot.
Army.
This isn't some special forces test. It's your daily warm-up, and that's just the beginning. This was the brutal reality forged by one of history's most brilliant and terrifying military minds, Shaka, king of the Zulus. In the early 19th century, he transformed a small clan into the most dominant power in southern Africa. And he didn't do it with diplomacy.
What did he do with
He did it by creating a human weapon-and army, so disciplined, so physically hardened, and so utterly ruthless that it rewrote the rules of warfare on the continent. Before Shaka, warfare in the region was often a ritualized, low-casualty affair. It was a system of limited conflict. But Shaka saw this as inefficient. His early life was marked by exile and humiliation, fueling a burning ambition for absolute victory. To get it, he had to break his men down and rebuild them from the ground up, turning farmers and herders into the deadliest fighting force Africa had ever seen. So, let's put you in their sandals, though. Wait, you don't get it. Forget your modern life, your comfort, your rights. You've just been conscripted. Your first day has begun, and with it, a series of trials designed to strip away your former self. Failure at any stage didn't mean you gotta go home. It could mean a swift, brutal, and public death. Welcome to the gauntlet. The first thing taken from you is your protection from the ground. An order is given. Discard your sandals. To Shaka, sandals were a sign of weakness, an impediment to speed. Your feet, soft and pampered, are now bare. And then you run. This isn't a jog in the park. You're sent into the South African veldt, a beautiful but hostile landscape. The path is a nightmare of jagged rocks and needle-like acacia thorns. The initial shock is overwhelming. Every step is agony. You see veteran warriors moving around you, their feet scarred into thick, leathery pads, their strides effortless. They don't run on the terrain. They conquer it. You, however, are stumbling and bleeding. The instinct is to slow down, but you can't.
You can't.
The pace is relentless. Overseers are behind you, a menacing reminder that falling behind invites a beating or worse. Weakness is culled from the herd, and right now, you're the weakest. This run isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily ritual. Zulu armies were expected to cover over 20 miles, about 32 kilometers a day, and still be ready to fight.
Facts.
They did this under a blistering sun with minimal water. Imagine running nearly a marathon over broken glass, and at the finish line being thrown into a life-or-death struggle. That was the baseline. This conditioning started in childhood. Boys as young as 6 served as cadets UPP, carrying supplies for the regiments. They were apprentices in hardship, learning to endure hunger, thirst, and exhaustion. They watched men die for the slightest mistake.
It was a military camp.
By the time they enlisted, their bodies and minds were already being molded. Your modern body would break down within hours. Your feet would be a shredded, bloody mess. Dehydration would set in fast. Your muscles would seize up. And this is just the warm-up. For the vast majority of us, this first trial would be insurmountable. We wouldn't just fail. We'd be physically shattered long before the sun hit its peak. Let's say, against all odds.
Yo, bro, I actually think that obviously the time of Shaga, right? It was obviously like really long ago. But then it's like, yo, it was that day's version of just military, like the military force of the region at the time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was the highest, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. It was the highest, like, producer, highest valued producer of, like, military, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, development, dog. Like, at the time, bro, it was what that land had trusted with, like, the protection of the land and just the, you know what I mean? The going at enemies and ops on behalf of that region. You know what I'm saying? So Shah was like the official, like in my view, obviously. Like, obviously, maybe it might be, obviously, maybe it might be the fact that, you know, it is in history, you know, like it's stamped in history, the fact that they were officially very military, like that region's military. But like, if not, like, just look like understanding things in this day and age, and then like just like looking at how Shaka operated, bro. That nigga was like such a dictator, bro. That nigga just he just wanted to develop military personnel, dog. You know what I'm saying? Generals, bro. Niggas that'll go in the field and just do the most, go crazy, wig on every op possible. You feel me? So that was that day's official. Maybe not official, because I don't care to like look into history to find out if it was official that they were the, you know what I'm saying, the land's military arm. You know what I'm saying?
Your body hasn't quit.
But this
You
is how
stumble
they used
back to the
live.
military crawl or a conda, your spirit hanging by a thread. You survive the physical trial.
Damn.
Now you face something worse, the breaking of your will. Life in Shaka's army was governed by absolute iron-fisted discipline, and the central pillar of this system was fear. Not just fear of the enemy, but the immediate, gut-wrenching fear of your own king. Shaka cultivated an aura of terrifying omnipresence, wandering his regiments, scanning for any sign of weakness. A moment's hesitation in a drill, a flinch during training, a complaint about rations any could earn you a death sentence. Punishments were public spectacles, lessons carved into the memory of all who watched. While some accounts speak of impalement, this may be an exaggeration, but executions for cowardice or failure were brutally real. The goal was to instill such terror that a warrior would rather face any enemy than the king's wrath. Now put yourself there, exhausted, muscles screaming, the king's gaze sweeps over you. Your instinct is to shrink away, but that could be seen as weakness. You must project unshakable strength, even as you're falling apart.
Yo, I just want to like do an honorable mention. If you are a South African, right, and you know a school called in Nelspruit, a school in Nelspruit, Mpumalanga, called Cephop's Academy, you would know exactly that this is the exact kind of energy that's there. So in this country, South Africa, they be developing these kind of individuals to this day. I ain't gonna lie. If you know, you know. Shout out to whoever went to that school. You know what I'm saying? I'm a souvenir, bro. I am a souvenir of that experience. Yo, if you know, you know. Especially pre-2014, because we was the last of the generation of like when shit really went crazy. If you know, you know. Shout out, you're a soldier for life, nigga. You my sibling just because your birth was a miracle and you came to a point where you ended up in that environment, bro. Crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
It's a constant performance where one wrong move means death. This terror was also collective. An entire regiment could be punished for the failure of a few. While stories of Shaka slaughtering the families of defeated warriors are likely embellishments, the principle of collective responsibility was very real and brutally enforced. This created an unthinkable choice. In front of you, the enemy. Behind you, the certainty of execution if you retreat. The only way to survive was to push forward and kill with a ferocity born of desperation. The army's social structure was a powerful tool of control. Young men were segregated into age-based regiments, amabutho, living and training together, separate from society. This severed family ties, replacing them with intense loyalty to the regiment and, above all...
And if you ask me, this was actually their version of gang activity. So, you know what I'm saying? Being part of like a family, like of like a group of people where y'all like just like relate on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Gangs, bro. Gang activity back in that day.
All to Shaka, your comrades became your only family. Shaka also controlled their right to marry. Warriors were forbidden from marrying until they had proven themselves over years of service and were granted permission by the king himself.
Type shit.
The right to a family became the ultimate reward earned through blood and obedience. For the modern mind, this psychological environment would be torture, constant fear, the arbitrary punishment, the complete subjugation of your willet was a pressure cooker designed to boil away everything but blind loyalty. Surviving the physical training was one thing. Surviving this was another challenge entirely. Somehow, you've endured. Your body is a canvas of scars, your mind walled off against the terror. Now, you are armed. But the weapon you're given reflects Shaka's entire philosophy of war, and it will test your very soul. Shaka saw the traditional long-throwing spear, the assegai, as a tool of cowardice, allowing warriors to fight from a safe distance. He ordered it replaced with the ikwa. The ikwa was a short, broad-bladed stabbing spear, designed for one purpose: to be thrust into a human body at close range. Its name is said to echo the sucking sound it made when pulled from a wound. To wield it was to accept a new, horribly intimate form of violence. To go with the ikwa, you get the asilingu, a large, heavy shield made of cowhide. It was a defensive tool, but in Shaka's hands, it was also an offensive weapon. You would be taught to advance, hook your shield onto your opponent, pull it aside to expose his torso, and then lunge, driving the ikwa deep into his side.
That's why killing came so easy.
Twist, pull. This was the rhythm of Zulu combat.
Whoa.
This doctrine was terrifying for their enemies. They would hurl their spears, only to see them thud harmlessly into the wall of advancing Zulu shields. Before that wall was on them, and the methodical work of the Ikawa began. But the real test for you isn't the technique. It's the psychological leap required. You must unlearn the instinct that tells you to keep your distance. You must seek the crush of bodies, the spray of blood, the scream of a man you've just disemboweled.
Intimately. So you gotta be close to these niggas. Look at the spears that they used to use, bro. Short spears. And I had read that it was intentional. Shaka made sure that these guys got like the shortest spears, bro. The shortest weapons, so that you can literally be so close, bro. You know what I'm saying? The killing on GTA, the KILLING is intimate, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that experience is so intimate, bro. It's like, hold on, I'm just trying to fix my shit right quick. You know what I'm saying? So he made sure that you like literally stare into this nigga's soul, bruh, taking his life away, dog. Crazy, man. Shaka was one of them ones, dog. I'd argue he was a psychopath, low key. He was a psychopath.
Shaka's rule was total war, which meant total annihilation. Enemy combatants were to be killed, not taken prisoner. This was cold strategy. A dead enemy was no longer a threat. After a battle, the Zulu army would sweep through conquered lands, seizing cattle and grain and absorbing women and children into the kingdom. You are now being asked not just to kill, but to participate in systematic slaughter.
Damn.
A warrior's first kill was a rite of passage,
so you gotta
a prerequisite for earning the right to marry.
Whoa, this gang activity.
Could you do it? Could you hook your shield, open your opponent, and drive that blade home again and again?
Oh my god.
Knowing that surrender was not an option for them, and mercy was not an option for you? This is the point where survival means becoming a killer in the most brutal sense imaginable, a transformation that would likely destroy what we recognize as ourselves. You've passed the trials of body, mind, and soul. You are a weapon. Now you take your place in the great engine of destruction, the Impando Zonkomo, or Buffalo Horns Formation. From a distance, it looked like a living creature. You are a single cell inside its body. The formation had 3 parts. The center was the Isifuba, or the chest, made of the most experienced regiments. Their job was to meet the enemy head-on and pin them in place. If you're a veteran, this is your spot. The ground vibrating with the rhythmic stomp of thousands of bare feet. Flanking the chest were the Isimpando, the horns made of the youngest, fastest warriors.
I gotta correct y'all as we move, man, because you know what I'm saying, the pronunciation kind of is important, I ain't gonna lie. So that my African brothers and sisters out in the diaspora, bro, can just like be able to, you know what I'm saying, latch onto some accurate information about their origin.
As the chest engaged, the horns would sprint out to the sides, silent and deadly, to encircle the enemy and cut off all retreat. This is likely your position as a new recruit. Your heart pounds from fear and exertion. You can hear the clash of arms as the chest makes contact, but you can't stop. You must keep running to close the trap. Behind it all, in reserve, was the Athene, or the loins. These were seasoned veterans held back to reinforce a struggling section or deliver the final, crushing blow to the trapped enemy. From your spot inside a horn, you complete the flanking maneuver. The trap is sprung. The enemy is swallowed whole.
Done.
Now the circle tightens. It's no longer a battle.
Look at all that blood on this guy, but dang.
It's a mass execution. Space is so tight you can barely move.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, the scary thing is the fact that death was such a normal. Like, death was actually the way men achieved, bro. If you think about it, they had to kill to be able to move up ranks, dog, of power. And you know what I'm saying? And respect. You had to be like one of them ones. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, back then, like right now, I don't know like how we got to the point that we got to, bro. Back then, the shit that y'all find overly just like unsafe for anything, like that's how they lived back then. I ain't gonna lie.
The ground becomes slick with blood. You are no longer an individual.
Bro.
You are an extension of the formation, and the formation is an extension of Shaka's will.
Tight.
To break from it is to die. For an enemy, seeing
y'all.
the horns close in
I'll check y'all later. I'm out.
was to know your end had come. For a modern person placed within it, the sensory overload, claustrophobia, and overwhelming violence would be paralyzing. You are a cog in a perfectly designed killing machine. This final trial isn't about your strength or will. It's about your complete assimilation into a system of annihilation. So could you have survived a single day? Let's be honest. The answer's no. Your day would have likely ended long before you saw a battlefield. Your soft feet would have been shredded on the thorns and rocks within the first mile. Incapacitated, you'd be pointed out as weak and likely clubbed to death. Could you have handled the psychological trial? The constant, high-anxiety threat of arbitrary punishment would have shattered a modern psyche conditioned to expect rights and due process. You would have broken, and you would have been disposed of. But what if you were a true outlier? Then you'd be handed the IQA, to be told to kill without hesitation, to become a participant in total war. Could your conscience have survived that? For many, this moral barrier would be the highest. Even if you survived it all and took your place in the buffalo horns, your chances of surviving the meat grinder of close-quarters combat would be slim. Many brave, hardened Zulu warriors died in these clashes. What chance would a novice truly have? The truth is, you wouldn't survive because you are a product of a different world. Shaka's warriors were made, not born. They were honed into living weapons, perfectly adapted to the brutal world Shaka had created. We are not. The military machine Shaka built was terrifyingly effective. In just over a decade, he transformed southern Africa in a period of unprecedented chaos known as the Mafikon, or the Crushing. He built a vast empire on fear, discipline, and tactical brilliance. His methods were the pinnacle of Iron Age warfare. His system was so effective that it took the British Empire, with its rifles and cannons, to finally defeat it decades after his death. Even then, at the Battle of Isandlwana, Zulu regiments inflicted one of the most humiliating defeats in British colonial history, a testament to the enduring power of Shaka's creation. Shaka Zulu was a military genius and a tyrant who unleashed unimaginable suffering. He created a society dedicated to war, where a man's worth was measured by his capacity for violence. To survive in his army wasn't just to be strong. It was to be remade in his image. It required a toughness of body, mind, and soul that is, for us today, almost impossible to comprehend. And that is why you and I, and almost anyone alive today, would never have survived that first grueling day.
I Am Legend, bro. I Am Legend is the one movie that's like still remains the worst, dog, to like exist there. Like, imagine finding yourself there. Crazy. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Everything you need to know. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Nigga, what are we even talking about? What are we even talking about?
Way too much time on their hands. And I'm no 100 men versus 1 gorilla is just the newest online debate brought to you by people that have way too much time on their hands. And I'm no better, because here I am making a video about it. Because it's quickly gone from silly Twitter talk to what has to be a massive joke that I'm not in on. What's clear is one side is getting drastically overrated, while people obviously aren't taking the other side seriously. Plus, I love animals and arguments, so if you're looking for a video to eat your lunch with, or to be the soundtrack of your commute home, I'm going to break down the question you probably didn't care about in the first first place, and by the end, you'll wonder how this was ever even a question. So here's the full truth of whether 100 unarmed men could beat one prime silverback gorilla. But first, we gotta understand what force of nature we're up against. Now, I do have a couple recent videos on gorillas, so to not repeat myself too much, I do advise that you check those out for further context. But basically, everything we thought about gorillas back in the day was wrong. They're giant, non-violent, fart-happy pacifists, and the most dangerous thing about them is they can misunderstand regular human actions as an act of war. So while, yeah, if you smile at a silverback enough times, he eventually will put beats on you like a Cherokee drum, most times a gorilla is just worried about the 6,000 calories he eats a day. And thank the stars for that. Gorillas are built like the developer had something to prove. They took the human model and said, drag to resize. The result is an alpha ape with a stronger bite force than a grizzly, allegedly, hands that can crush a crocodile's skull, allegedly, and just strength that we really have no way to truly comprehend. That man fully didn't plan to get casually ragdolled, but plans are always subject to change when you're around the prime ape. Gorillas might default to peace, but life is multiple choice. The question is, what kind of carnage comes when they choose violence? It's hard to imagine what a fully malice-motivated gorilla can do because it takes a lot for them to get to that point. The first phase of conflict involves using body language and gestures to send a message before hands even have to be thrown. Because for an animal that can spend over 12 hours a day eating, wasting calories on fights is poor resource management. The second phase of escalation usually involves pushing, grappling, and screaming in really short bursts. Gorillas fight the way they fuck. What I mean is, the phase they run are like how they're hung. Not long at all. Because again, most times gorillas don't actually want to fight. But what about when they do? Yeah, that would be phase 3, and that usually happens when two silverbacks throw down for control of a group. Losing such would mean losing the 3 F's: food, family, and the FCC won't let me finish. Mistakes can make these fights to death, and here's where we can see what gorillas are truly capable of. I found a research paper.
That nigga just pulled her in, bro. That nigga just pulled her in. Like, man, fuck a foreplay. Yo, nigga, fuck a foreplay, fuck a kiss, fuck a nigga. Oh, pull your ass in, boy. Just pull your ass in, pull your ass in, nigga. And I just get the word, nigga. I just get the word. It's crazy, dog.
Gorilla on gorilla fights, and based on that, you see a pattern.
Yo, being a gorilla might be worth it. It might be worth it.
Those teeth are for more than just undressing trees, and losers are often found with lacerations and puncture wounds all over the body. And unlike a leopard, which leaves small puncture wounds, the canines of a gorilla cause large gaping tears in victims. Even if the gorilla's bite strength has been exaggerated, which we will get into, even lowballing them puts them at the level of a hyena. One gorilla named Inshuti had his foot completely crushed with the tips of his fingers and ear bitten off. Gorillas also use their arms, not really to punch, but to use as battering rams, and they've also been known to pull chunks of hair out with their hands. So safe to say, a gorilla's stiff arm to the back would crack your constitution like a glow stick and could dislocate or break human bones by accident. And with many victims also recorded with bite wounds to the face, you'd probably be able to unlock your iPhone from 20 feet away after a gorilla puts jaws on you. So what chance would an army of humans have against a 500-pound berserker? Well, hot take. Gorillas have been drastically overrated in many ways. First as fighters. Gorillas aren't efficient fighters, they're more physical brawlers and grapplers, and with everything I've said, most fights last anywhere from a couple seconds to 1 to 2 minutes at the most. Also, as strong as gorillas are, their strength has been overrated. There are some animals that just get more and more OP the more people talk about them. Chimps have been said to have the strength of 8 men when really it's closer to 1.5. It's just that they're stronger in all the ways that can kill you. And grizzly bears are already big enough, but then you got people claiming they can decapitate a full-grown moose with one swipe. Now, what idiot would say that? And this debate has people swearing a gorilla would rip a whole man in half like a phone book with nary a sweat. I knew the gorilla propaganda peaked when this was an actual debate. Dr. Strange could conjure up 14 million realities. You won't find one where a plus-size protein-packing primate can do anything to a full-strength grizzly bear taking him seriously. Especially since there's a much smaller predator known to give gorillas problems. Gorillas have been documented getting preyed on by African leopards. Even with jungle leopards being bulkier due to less competition, that's still an at most 180-pound cat past tensing Optimus Prime. Now let me be fair, these are rare and leopards usually go for hoofed animals, wild pigs, and monkeys. Gorillas are actually too big and too social to be a regular on the grocery list, so it sounds like my whole point is trash. But that same paper listing gorilla on gorilla violence also showed the aftermath of leopard attacks. In those reports, all leopard victims took bite wounds to the head and most of the arms, with lacerations localized about the neck and claw marks on the trunk. So even though it is rare in a one-on-one between a silverback attack and a leopard might murk both. If a gorilla can struggle with less than 200 pounds of predator, a 900-pound duratio would give Harambe a bunkmate. Also, against 100 men, there are some very real issues that could be game over for the gorilla. The big one is endurance. Gorillas are dangerously close to being hot girl fit. They're best using explosive bursts of energy, not sustained strain over a long period of time, and a fight against 100 humans would likely last hours. Which is really bad considering compared to us, gorillas have poor temperature control. Gorillas don't have as many sweat glands as humans, and if we're talking about mountain gorillas, the thick fur would make it a 1-on-1 versus 1. The men, and the risk of heat stroke. That is if the ape doesn't just have a heart attack. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in gorillas in zoos, and 70% of male gorillas in zoos suffer from heart disease that'll pass tests prematurely. Now that might just apply to two gorillas, but it's still a fact. Another is the very temperament of the gorilla is highly non-confrontational. They're more likely to run away than run a fade. But most importantly, the brawling, grappling build is not a good combat style against multiple enemies.
So it's actually
know that
because
there's another African predator that's been giving gorillas hell, and you may not have even realized it. And it's weird because for a while, gorillas and chimpanzees seem like they were on good terms. They've been recorded foraging together, and they'll even have their version of primate playdates. That all changed when the chimps started chimping. A couple years ago in Luongo National Park, scientists witnessed a gang of 18 chimps jump a gorilla family of 5. That's 3 females, 1 baby, and a silverback. The turf war lasted an hour, and even with the silverback apparently testing ragdoll physics, throwing chimps in the air, and even managing to injure 3, eventually he was surrounded and chased off by 9 chimps. The adults got away, but the chimps managed to snatch the baby gorilla of the group, which was promptly eaten. The second attack involved 27 chimpanzees and 7 gorillas. And this time, the silverback made a business decision and immediately climbed out of the trees and fled the scene. Yes, comparing chimps to humans is comparing durians to jackfruit. The moral here is the one gorilla can not only be overwhelmed, but neutralized by numbers. Because if there's one thing that's being dangerously underrated, it's the power of friendship. Don't laugh, I'm serious. If you remember this picture, then you know this was the 100 Men 1 Gorilla of 2018. It's pretty self-explanatory. Everything here is coming for your life except the 2 you picked to run defense for you. And I'm just gonna kill the suspense. If one of those picks isn't the 10,000 rats, you have no idea how big 10,000 is. Add eagles for aerial support, and the rest of the field would have over 200 rats to deal with each. And it's because the power of plurality is one of the most broken strategies in nature. Mobbing refers to an anti-predator behavior where prey animals approach, harass, and sometimes attack their own predator. It's how one animal can shift an almost impossible matchup in their favor. One hyena to a lion is a chew toy. Add 20 and it's a life lesson. Pilot whales have been on record chasing orcas out of high competition areas and even actively following the sounds of orca hunts. There's plenty of examples of weaponized unity in nature, but probably my favorite case of what's a king to a mob happens off the coast of South Africa, where fur seals have to risk their spot on the census every time they check the fridge, because the seals can't go out for groceries without the chance of running into the biggest predatory fish on earth. Every year, great white sharks will gather around fur seal nurseries and snatch any inexperienced pups. The problem is so many sharks show up that a seal can dodge one great white right into the jaws of another. You've seen this movie before, but there's an alternate ending. Scientists have recorded fur seals squatting up into one giant group and using their numbers to turn on the sharks closing in. And as the mob gets bigger, the seal force gets more confident, leading to them escorting the 20-foot assault submarines back out to sea. So with all this, now it doesn't seem like a stretch to favor 100 men over just one gorilla. You could argue that the seals and the other mob merchants aren't actually getting physical with their final boss. That's true. Everyone's asking if 100 men could off a gorilla. No one's...
Bro, why is it standing like that, bro? The fuck? Nah, come on, bro. And y'all had to like choose this one, dog. This picture, dog. I don't want pictures that you could have chosen. My niggas, what is going on? You feel?
Asking how? Well, that's why I'm here. But first, obligatory, don't try this on a gorilla, or at least don't blame me for the consequences if you do. In a fight against a simian weighing a shack and a half, it's all about attacking the weak points, and a gorilla's weak points are the same as ours. Eyes, throat, mouth, and for measure, the jewels of the south. It's all about delivering damage that actually matters, and to do that, someone would have to perform the Draymond Green special and go for the eyes and blind him. Someone else would have to suffocate the supersized simian, either by bear hugging his windpipe, which only Tarzan backpacking plot armor can do, or by shoving your entire arm down his throat. And since you're already negotiating your arm elbow deep in esophagus, you'd also have to pull the gorilla's tongue out. I call that the leopard method, because a 73-year-old once soloed an attacking leopard by reaching into its mouth and ripping out the leopard's liquor. Speaking of grab and pull, someone would have to perform Draymond's final smash and go for the gorilla's unmentionables. Hey, don't judge. This is war. The rest would have to use their combined strength to pin the primate down, with the remainder delivering kicks to the gorilla's flank. The most powerful natural attack to the gorilla's.
Yo, do you think master locking the gorilla? Let me see. Y'all know what master locking is? Master lock grip. I think I saw it from like wrestling. Why did that happen? But you're gonna have to be like a super big nigga to fucking master lock a nigga. Check this shit right here. Hey, but that should be tough though for you to master lock it. This shit right here. Woo! Then you just wig. You just go like that. Master lock. Ruff the feathers. That shit right there. Oh my god.
This strong female bodybuilder stepped into the ring, confident she could.
I'm saying, master lock that bitch. Hold on. Master lock a monkey. Hold on. I'm saying that whole like behind your back type shit.
Most vulnerable area. That would probably be the best way to chip away at a gorilla. One problem.
Alright, bet. Hold on. Now this title right here, I don't know. This title right here, dog. Apparently, it's visible that you watch this thing, dog. Corn flakes. You feel me? Yeah. What am I naming this one? Fuck. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Before you start hating me in the comment section below, just wait a bit. Hear me out, and after that we will dedicate time which you can express what you think about what I'm saying, or just how dumb I am by saying those things. You have the right to do both. Any of what I'm about to say is not from the point of view of a woman, nor a feminist or activist of human rights or female rights. I am off my lady horse.
I wonder like what even prompted you to want to do a video like this. That's the first question first.
Today. And I'm coming from point of view of you. Clearly everything around you turned to be a porn.
Why?
It's no longer just porn that is porn. Almost everything is porn these days.
Fuck. I don't think I wanna. Nah, let me not react to this one, bro. Nah, dog. Nah. Wait, can I? Wait, let me research. Let me ask AI real quick, bro. What? Yeah, let me ask. Okay. Ah, fuck. Okay. Shit. Okay. Go. Wait. Alright. Let's go on. My bad. Alright.
Females are making it more easy on you to get just what?
Gooner. This is the gooner culture. Like, it's like the females that just like trigger, like induce gooner energy from the weak minds. It's crazy. It's, oh my god.
You crave for, not necessarily what you want. Don't you see that there is some sort of abuse about man instinct?
Oh, yes. It is, and actually it's sexual abuse, right?
Primal instinct of this physical urge.
Okay, like, this is the last time me pausing it. It's like me, I feel like it's more of an undermining of the man's, the way the man is, you know what I'm saying? When we're talking about the primal aspect of man, you know what I mean? Like, it's damn near an undermining of that shit. Like, you want to trigger it for like certain agendas, because I'm talking about when we know that sex sells. You know what I'm saying? They put it in front of every For You page, every account's For You page. You know what I'm saying? At least it pops up. You know what I mean? Even if like you've curated. What? Motherfucker doesn't even want me to talk. Even if you've curated your shit to like what you want to see, but that motherfucker can like rear its head like on some shit. You feel me? Real quick. You feel me? It's crazy, dog. So that kind of like world that we find ourselves like in like today, where that kind of thing, and that's what I'm saying. You inspire gooner shit. You know what I'm saying? That is abuse. I ain't
when
gonna
you feel
lie.
it,
On some shit.
most likely you don't get to think at the very same time. Don't you think that when somebody is doing something out of an instinct, and people or industries are taking advantage of that, don't you think is an abuse?
OF and all that type shit.
These days is the easiest you've ever got to see a pussy. To get is another story. Yeah, it's going to be very dirty words here. Move on if it's bothering you.
No, it's not bothering me. It's like, yo, dog, I'm trying to get paid. You feel me? I'm trying to monetize this shit. So I'm trying. No, wait. When I was finding out shit over here, right? I was just like trying to make sure, because I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't get strike. It's obviously gonna get age restricted. Okay, can you monetize age restricted videos? Can you monetize an age restricted video on YouTube? Let me see something. Am I able? Is it like that? Woohoo! Alright, look, Hanny, go crazy, baby. Look, this kind of language don't bother me. I'm just trying to do the right thing. That's it. That's all. Go crazy,
now,
baby. Hold on.
For a virtual piece of meat. Virtual piece of meat. A virtual.
Dick, nigga, let's go. A virtual.
With another lady. A virtual
piece
exposure.
Of meat.
A virtual sex talk. You are willing to trade your time, your intelligence, your ability to distinguish between what you want and what your body wants. Two different things. Don't you see how much you are dedicating to it? Don't you see how much you're out of control of it? It's not the masturbation. It's not the self-pleasing.
What?
Because I am not a man.
Now this one, if you talk like this about this kind of topic, bro, you must be like deep in the pits of, like, into that shit. Like, she probably like so deep into it, like, you know what I'm saying, a certain transformation mentally had to come through so that she comes and helps the world and inspire and educate. Look, I fuck with it. Oh yes, that is, I feel like that is what we might as well just like title this: education, world education. I would say SEX education, but you know what I'm saying, number one, like the tags, man, how I want to label my shit and tag it and blah blah blah, how I want it to move, because I want it to move in certain directions. The world education along with AWAD reaction type of tag, you feel me, that's already in motion. So if I just dump that on that train and get that moving with that, you feel me, because at the same time we like, bro, this is, her paradigms have shifted when we talking about like probably maybe sexual, her perception on sexual, you feel me, urge, and you feel me, just like behavior, habits, all that kind of shit. And you know what I mean, let's hear it.
I'm able to tell things which I'm not expressing, experiencing.
Oh, what did you know what I'm saying? So she's talking from experience. Alright, let's get it then. Go
But in the
crazy,
very same
Hanny.
breath, I can say
Go crazy, Hanny.
it's easy to see when a man
Hanny
is
around.
watching porn.
It's easy
When
to
I'm
see.
saying watching porn, I don't mean the man who is watching porn for 5 minutes. You know what? No, I'm including
Okay.
all of it.
Oh,
All
okay.
kinds of men
So even the ones
who
that,
are watching
even the one that watching for 2 minutes.
for 2 minutes.
Oh, there we go.
You are watching porn because you need to release yourself and you are no longer able to do it without it.
You.
Or you
Wait, what?
just
Okay.
want to spend time.
Just wanna spend time, shit. It's tough.
Don't you see that your choice has been taken away from you?
It's tough.
And you're just falling for it each time. You're not even having a moment of a decision. You just do it.
Oh.
If you're alone at home, you're doing it.
Oh.
If you have free time and you don't have nothing to do,
You're doing it.
or at least you don't want to do the things that you need to do, you're doing it.
I'll be a lab, my bad.
So you're trading your life. You're trading your time, the most precious
Yeah.
thing you have, for a virtual pussy. That's the most men you can be. Yeah, I touched that. I said it.
What?
Is the most men you'll ever be to get so many girls at once,
Oh shit.
and none of these girls actually there for you, or not there with you. You just use your imagination, your fantasy, and the man that you wish to be into the situation, and that's the furthest that you can get in life. To dedicate your life to watch things that are not, that will never be yours,
That's
that are
facts.
stealing you away from you, stealing your life away from you, stealing your time, stealing your time that you can dedicate.
And if you think about it, it is facts, because it's not your shit, though. What are you doing? My damn toilet. Look at the intention of, like, nah, let me not. Okay.
To become that man you fantasize about, you probably also give your money for it. There are men that don't watch porn because there is enough porn outside.
For real?
And if you have a good
Yeah.
mind, there is enough porn inside your head. You can have it all in your head.
How?
But it's never just watching one thing and that's it. You're watching one thing, 10 seconds, and then you skip to the other one, and then you scroll to the other one, you scroll to the other one. It's just never ending
For real?
story.
10 seconds?
And that's the only time you feel a man. That's the only time you feel a man. Which
Ish.
is not really a man.
Hey, you can see she's scarred about it though. But like it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's important what she's talking about. And like, let me eat, dog. Yeah. Let me let her come closer to you guys, cause hey, this is tough, this one. I mean, you can see the in her face with the damn, bro. She's tired of it, bro. Like, she tired of going through it. Like, she trying to get over it. Like it's gripping her, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like she's exposing this on some shit where it's like she's low-key saying, I know this is how y'all feel. Like, my face right now, like as in her facial expression, my face right now is how y'all emotions be, bro. After, like, you feel me? She talking about that's the only time y'all feel it, man. Yo, ladies, come on, bro. I feel like if you do trying to grow, dog, at the same time, this is the kind of stuff where it's like she's looking out, you feel me? And I'm only just like echoing this shit so that whoever, you feel me, is struggling with such things can really tap in and really just like learn from. Even, I mean, her hair is grayed out and things like this. She's like more elder, seniorly citizen, trying to help y'all out, you feel me? So I'm trying to also see y'all win, because the whole thing where it's like, yo, everything is sexualized, bro. Y'all go out to just buy bread, bro. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, y'all are just like this kind of bait, dog. SE-actual bait, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mundo Vetus Telepetrol, bro, at the garage, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like every moment, dog. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Niggas just trying to do some regular shit at the garage, dog. Pour petrol, maybe go just maybe to the bathrooms. Crazy, dog. Woman do feel that, dog. It's like, what where your panties at? Like, how you just, what did I want to do? Like, can't you see? You know what I'm saying? We in public type. So, and that's the kind of behavior that Hani Ram over here is talking about on something. Like, yo, this is actually abuse, dog. This whole shit where it's like the mind sees these little things. At the same time, it induces it to just like want to latch on every time. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she probably, I think, you know what I'm saying? Because she's talking about like, that's the only time you experience a man. It's like, you feel me? Like, it's so intense. It's to that point where it's like, yeah, let's say, for example, okay, let me not dive deeper.
I'm not here to tell you how man you should be or what kind of man you should be. I'm just here to ask you, are you even wanting this? Are you even wanting to dedicate all your life for this? Are you wanting, because sooner or later you're gonna lose that ability. Okay, you can take pills, but you're gonna lose that ability.
To stand up for yourself. On your own.
And then what you gonna do after that?
To stand up at attention on your own.
What you gonna do after you're not able to release yourself anymore? It is no longer hard. What you gonna do?
You're just gonna forget about it.
When you'll find yourself broken as fuck.
Why? Yeah, she's sick of that behavior, I can tell.
Probably with less time that you ever wanted. Probably with less money. Probably with less patience, with less knowing of yourself, because all the time you just run away. And instead of becoming the man, you fake the man that you wanted to be. You went to the fast solution of just living in a fantasy where you don't even realize. If right now you stop watching, and I'm asking you, what did you watch? You're not going to be able to tell me.
What did I watch? What do you
You're
mean?
not going to be able to memorize.
Like, as in the styles, as in like the categories and shit. Because, like, you're not going to be able to memorize like what you watched because the categories, because you skim through it for every 10 seconds. See what I'm saying? Okay. That's how it works? That's what people go through that watch porn?
There is a lot of shame involved in that. There is a lot of hiding.
Why?
It's because you don't think this is right what you're doing. Because sex itself is not a problematic thing at all.
Okay.
We meant to do it. You and me came out from sex.
Me. Me.
But
From the butt?
not like that. Porn is not sex. It's not that porn doesn't exist in real life. It's that porn is not sex. You think you're doing sex. You're pleasing yourself. This is not sex.
It's psychological damage, actually.
So clearly, maybe you're even a virgin.
Yeah. No, but that is a great question. Let's say you've never had sex, but you kept beating your shit, right? You kept going. Pause. So you, by your own hand, I'm talking about if you're a guy. Obviously, if you're a girl, like being a virgin too. Is there even such a thing as being a virgin as a guy? Because how can you tell, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Whereas with a woman, you can tell. You can tell by the literal organ itself. Like, nah, you're not a virgin. You feel me? With a guy, it's like it's just the meat. Like it's just there. How can you tell if this nigga just went into something? Ever. It just there. It just grows. You get into things. You come out. It's just this though. So you know what I'm saying. The bigger change happens in the like. What? Am I asking a right question?
And the more you hide away from doing the work you need to do in order to become a man, the less you will ever become a man, and the more you will want to watch porn, because that's the only time you think you're a man. It's ruining your life and you just don't see it. It's very easy to fall for it if you think that everybody around you is just giving you what you want for free. But don't you see that it's not really for free? It's taking away the most precious thing that nobody ever can give you back.
What?
When you decide to
Energy.
stop the membership. Nobody will give you back the time, the mind,
she got a cute ass face.
the control over your actions again. You will have to do it all over again from
nice little eyes too.
day one. And it's for something
Shout out Hannah, nigga.
that is not even lasting. Like it's not an action that lasts, and you can
There's not the action to live.
remind yourself of that and have a good memory and have an outcome that lasts for a long time.
For real?
You don't even remember it. It's an escape route. You don't have to feel your flaws. You don't have to feel none of the things you feel ashamed of. And you run away to a place where you are very much wanted. Because in the porn, females are acting as if they really want you. They really want you to fuck them. They really want you to come in their face. They really want you to do all the things that you wish to do to a woman, but you don't have. Either you don't have the woman, or you don't have the communication with the woman that you have to reach to that point. So you go to that place and that's it. Everything is happening in such a short time. Is a shortcut for everything. But it's not forever. And then you will be left without nothing. Not without nothing. With worse. Now you can hate me in the comments below. You can say that I don't understand what I'm talking about. You can say that I'm conservative, or I'm an old-fashioned, or whatever you want to name it. If you want to have a respectful conversation, I will respond back to you, of course. Thank you for watching.